Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam.
Why most people be mad at me all the time. Because I'm fly. Because I'm free. Because I love like I expect you to love me back as fiercely. Because I forget to ask for what I need. Because I always get it despite myself. Because I've always said cuz and acts, and that's exactly what I've meant. Because I got receipts. Because I'm the damn cashier. Because I've been a window shopper with a brick in my bag. Because I stopped screaming back as their throats went hoarse. Because I never back down as their fingers form fists. Because I won't be the woman that they want me to be. Because I use whatever bathroom feels right, even if it doesn't feel safe. Because I speak when I'm unsure of the words. Because I don't bullshit well. Because I don't take bullshit well. Because I pretend not to hear you by pointing to my earbuds when you can clearly see that my headphones aren't even plugged in. Because I win. 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 Because I lose. 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 And that has never stopped me from winning. Because I've climbed back from the pitfalls of perfection. Because I know that no is not a word, it is a sentence. Because I've learned to answer only to my names. Because I've been wrong, but I know that wrong is not my name. Because I'm not the same on and off the stage. Because I love myself enough to know the difference. Because I'm grateful and full of greatness. Because I love better than I fight. Because I'm a damn good fighter. Because I'm full of myself. Because I've been myself. Because I keep unbecoming myself. Because I'm pretty enough to take your boyfriend. Because I'm handsome enough to be your boyfriend. Because I'm free. 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 Because I'm so damn free. I make other people see their chains. Because I know we have nothing to lose but our chains, but our shame, but our smallness, but our fear. And sometimes I be mad at my own fool self because I forget I do not write these poems. I forget I am these poems. I forget I am this poem, even when I can't seem to remember the words. 1. Protest is more than bodies on the street, picket signs in hand, more than chanting down Babylon on megaphones and setting cop cars, CVS's, and Wendy's on fire, though I should note, all of those things should continue, and then some. I've seen protests to be the ones who choose the kitchen as the front lines, the ones who know that humans will always hunger for more than justice, the ones who feed the centipede we become as our hundreds of feet march forward as one body in the street. I know protests to be the teachers, the ones who never needed degrees or classrooms or textbooks to tell us our history. I also know it as those who told truths in their classrooms, despite the spinelessness of the tattered textbooks they were given and the historians who whitewashed them. I believe protest is a name for those who petition other worlds on our behalf, the ones who pray to ancestors to break chains we cannot see but have held us down generationally, the ones who choose the old work in words to bring forth new worlds. It is the root workers and the conjurers, the witches and the witch doctors, the ones whose spells shroud us in a magic that too many of us were taught to fear or be ashamed of. Protest is the preacher that transmutes the pulpit into a soapbox. The ones who are brave enough to name that the fire promised next time has been searing our skin for centuries. The ones who won't let you forget that Jesus was a table flipping radical Negro, which is why he had to be resurrected in the first place. I know parenting must be protest. When 7-year-old girls are being swatted down in their grandmother's living room like pests. When 12-year-old boys are being slaughtered in the park by pigs for play. I've come to understand that all Black parents are Afrofuturists. That Black birth is proof we believe we will win. We believe our children will exist in a future that we sometimes can't imagine, but we must keep fighting for. So I give thanks to the birthers and all those who labor to bring forth our kin, our nascent second strings, our rituals of reinforcement. I give thanks to the babysitters and the aunties, the grandparents and the neighbors who might as well be family. Anyone who chooses to stay at home and protect our progeny for the day that they too choose how they will resist. Protest has always been the poet that remembers they are the poem. The one that remembers that every speaking can be a small spear, a spell, or a shovel. That every stanza can be a sword or a sheath. That every bar can be a brick or a bridge depending on how it needs to be used, too. All I know is freedom felt just as possible for me on the streets when I was crossing police lines to break a comrade free, or crossing on calm nights to bring food to my friends and family. All I know is resistance has worn many faces on our collective body. The most familiar is riot, the least familiar is strategy. All I know is we don't have to know how we will get free in order for us to start living and loving like we already are. As for me, I will turn this pen into a small spear, sharpen it with each stroke until each word stings like a bee. As for me, I will never stop speaking like I've swallowed the hive whole, even if the truth stings and swells my own tongue. As for me, you will find me with my notebook and pen in one hand, a matchstick and a can of gasoline in the other, both always ready and willing to ignite. James Baldwin said, "If I love you, I must make you conscious of the things you don't see." When I say I love you, what I really mean is, let's get free. Is fuck ICE, fuck the police, fuck the neighborhood watch, the Nextdoor app, and every surveillance strategy wrapped in the language of community. When I say I love you, what I really mean is hands off Haiti. Is keep eyes on Sudan and Congo. Is free Palestine. I mean all of this at the same time. I mean, none of us are free until all of us are free. I mean, if they come for me in the morning, they will come for you at night. I mean, don't matter who they came for first, they're coming for all of us eventually. When I say I love you, I mean there are no benevolent billionaires. That philanthropy is tax-deductible stolen money. That nonprofits are just better disguised heists, and your bosses aren't invested in solving problems that provide their salary. When I say I love you, I mean no classroom will teach you what you'll learn about people in the streets. That no degree or theory is better than practice, but you still gotta learn to read. That if you don't like to or can't read, that too is part of their strategy. When I say I love you, I mean hope is a practice. That solidarity is a verb. That accountability isn't an abstract. That you got to practice what you preach. That each and every day is another chance to learn from your mistakes. That the stakes are getting higher and higher, and you need to find your part and play it. When I say I love you, I mean let's stay alive just despite the state. I mean, let's escape the estate. I mean, I've always been black, but I'll go maroon for you. I mean, at the risk of seeming ridiculous, the true revolutionary is guided by a great feeling of love. I mean, I ain't never fallen in love because I rose up in it. I mean, still I rise. I mean, I learned to get up from the table when love is no longer being served on the plate. I mean, I love you like an auntie. Like you will never leave my house on an empty belly. Because even if it's my last grocery, there will always be a plate of food for you before you leave. I mean, slow down, baby. Not all speed is movement. I mean, are you sure, sweetheart, that you really want to be well? Because wholeness is no trifling matter. I mean, I wear a mask when I go out because I think we both matter. I mean, I love you like you are me, and I love the fuck out of me. When I say I love you, what I mean is true love does have the power to redeem, but only if we're ready for redemption. That love saves us only if we want to be saved. I mean, love is an action, never simply a feeling. I mean, love is as love does, and I would love to do you. Thank you.
This poem is free. This poem is free, although you may have paid to hear me read it. This poem is sovereign and has no birth certificate. It doesn't give a damn that it has no form. This poem wasn't written for you, it wrote itself. This poem has no 3-minute rule. It wasn't written for the slam. It doesn't give a damn about the score. This poem doesn't care that it is political and this is an erotic reading. This poem refuses to be porn on paper. This poem has a complicated relationship with its 9 to 5. This poem doesn't care about Jesus. This poem wants to know why you turned your back to your ancestors to follow your oppressor's religion. This poem doesn't care if it pisses you off. It prides itself in controversy. This poem thinks you should turn off that idiot box and read a book. This poem doesn't care about Kate and William, Bill and Hillary, Michelle and Barack or Ben and fucking Jerry as far as that matters. This poem doesn't care about who you marry. Once the night is tired, it's your damn problem. Deal with it. This poem does not care that it makes use of profanity. This poem thinks there's nothing more profane than poverty and wants to get paid. This poem is horny and wants to get laid. This poem has arthritis and wants to move to Cali for that medicinal weed. This is not the poem written by Muta Baruka, and it won't go on and on and on and on and on and on in your mind. What happens in this poem stays in this poem. This poem is a bad mother, yo. This poem is free. This poem is free. This poem is free.
Welcome to a block you want to avoid at all costs. But once you arrive here, it's hard to leave. This block is scarier than a nightmare on Elm Street. This block will have you feeling as if you're in the movie Groundhog's Day, as the cycle repeats itself over and over and over again. You'd be better off getting blocked by Dikembe Mutombo. This block is a lot taller than that. It wouldn't matter if you had the skill set of Lawrence Taylor or Michael Parsons, for this block would shut them down. This block is tougher than the bad boy Pistons, inflicting the Jordan rules in the paint. For this block, it's hard to score on and get past. This block is more difficult than a Rubik's Cube because this block, it gets in your head. I've been on this block before, and it was very hard to leave. But the block I'm talking about is writer's block. Writer's block will consume you. Writer's block will confuse you. Writer's block will have you doubting you can still do this. Writer's block will have you questioning your creativity. Writer's block will attack you at your most vulnerable moments, like life tragedy and personal crisis. Or you have you in your own head. That's just it. You're in your own head. So just pick up that pen and just write, write, write. Please avoid the block known as writer's block, but it will consume you and it will confuse you.
I had a whole breakdown this morning, trying to remember a date that refuses to remember me back. Somewhere in the calendar of my life, there is a day that holds both your arrival and your absence, and I cannot find it. I turn over months like pages in a book I didn't get to finish, scan years like I'm looking for a name that should have been written in ink. But all I find is blur, and shame tries to speak first, says, what kind of mother forgets the day her child was born and buried in the same breath? What kind of mother loses the timestamp of a life she still mourns? But grief is not a calendar. Trauma does not file itself neatly into boxes labeled, remember this, I was 13, where consent was a language I had not been taught. My body became a place where something happened instead of somewhere I belonged. So no, I don't remember the date, but I remember the weight, the silence that followed. I remember growing up around a grief no one gave me permission to name. So I made you one, the 32nd, a day that doesn't exist for anyone else, but it does for me. It lives in the quiet space between the end of one month and the beginning of the next, where time excels, where nothing has to be proven to be real, because how many of us are carrying people who don't have a date we can return to? How many names live in the margins, the almost and could have beens, and stories that never got a full sentence? How many of us have loved someone who only exists in memory or imagination, or somewhere in between? Maybe that's where they are. Not gone, just unrecorded, filed somewhere outside the limits of calendars that only count what was allowed to live. So no, I don't remember the date, but I gave you one. A day untouched by erasure, a day that cannot be misremembered, rewritten, or taken from me, a day that belongs only to us. And on the 32nd, I get to imagine you fully, your face, smile, your voice. I get to hear you call me what the world never let you say. I get to be your mother out loud, and I need you to know you were loved, not in past tense, not in apology, but in the kind of love that survived without proof, pictures, or without permission to exist. So if anyone asks me when you were born, I'll tell them you live on the 32nd. And the space time couldn't hold on a day the world doesn't recognize, but I do. I always will, even if the world never learns how to count you.
I'm calling you this late because, frankly, I knew you'd answer. I've used you as a lifeline. Now you view me as a cancer. We were baptized in red dirt, Shelton's God's country, Tulsa race riots, sanitized lunch meat. Sardine schools were black gold rules. The Sunday funnies were corrupted scriptures funneled to underfunded old boys, bumping gospel music, dipping tobacco, and stepped on amphetamines. Remember when I'd pluck you out of Oklahoma history? I'd bullshit your substitute, name you a vital revolute in my AP physics capstone, and we'd joke around all hour till we're chiseled at the cheekbone. I remember driving to OKC to visit your big sister, Waffle House and Chopin. You and I rekindled something I never really had and didn't know that I'd been missing. I traded ignorance for bliss. Oh, Baroque, baby brother, virtuoso like no other, my best friend. I broke you down and colored you by number. Two erratic faggot addicts don't need practice to get manic. I was manic. I was mad. And in my panic, I abused you. I don't get to feel bereft. Even at my best, I crack pipes what little goodwill we still had. I don't deserve to make amends. There's no way to rescind what I did, and I'm sorry. Truly, I'm so fucking sorry. I love you. I love you, and I needed you to hear that. I don't want to hear it back.
I am black. Black as the night sky on a rooftop in the Bronx. Black like go-go music in the DMV. Black like smoke lungs and burnt crosses. If you must color me anything, color me American. Color me red. Blood-soaked fibers on tight knots hanging from poplars, red, on concrete after the hands up and the bent knees and the open mouth prayer, red, like the anger boiling through these veins. You know, high blood pressure runs in these roots. Red, my vision cannot hold me accountable for the riot that comes out this mouth, the march in these legs, the buy whatever means in these hands. Detroit, red. If you can, color me white, not skin, never skin, no, white like wedding dresses and lilies on summer Sundays, white like picket fences, little lies and privilege. Rip open my frown and reveal these pearly whites, pearly gates. How can I not speak heaven? White lights and pulpit against the blank white canvas they call life. If you can't, color me blue. Blue skies and torrential downpour. Color me the most beautiful shade of depression, addiction, and suicidal tendency. Picasso me the tragedy, and pretend I am the greatest piece of work. Blue, like the body after the drowning. Blue, like the ocean that did it. Blue, like the badge that won't believe the autopsy signed in blue ink. Color me American. Red, white, blue, but don't dress me in the flag and call me a martyr. If you dare not call me patriot first, don't take the black off my American. When I gave red blood, white bone, and blue tears to this soil, when we were colored before we were black. So when you color me American, don't paint me victim, or you could take all your colors back and leave me what I've always been, black.
The state of emergency that nobody told you about, or the lowdown on the lowdown. Conspiracy Theory 101. Epigraph. Hold your fire, don't shoot the messenger. Though I know that this message be stressing you. Well, I'm a mirror, I just reflect what I see. So please don't shoot me, I'm not the enemy. Listen carefully and pay attention. This poem will not be on Facebook, will not be on YouTube or Twitter, will not be published in an anthology, and will not be on the 5 o'clock news. This poem will self-destruct upon completion, just like free jazz improvisation. It may never be experienced again. This poem is to tell you that all the news is fake, owned by the same motherfuckers that don't want you to know that they are motherfuckers. Democrats and Republicans are just opposite sides of the same coin. They hang out and have drinks, snort coke, and fuck the same underage boys and girls from the secret pedophile ring in the White House at the end of the workday. Truth be told, they don't run anything anyway. It's just a facade. There is no government. It all belongs to the Federal Reserve, run by the Bilderbergs, the Masons, the Skull and Bones, the Illuminati, the Jesuits, and secret societies. Your birth certificate and social security number are banknotes payable in blood when you die, but nobody told you. It's all in the books. Behold a pale horse, the occult conspiracy, and the truth shall set you free by David Icke. You can still find them overpriced on Amazon. Copies are limited or may be out of print. Steve Coakley exposed it years ago on YouTube. The Holy Bible is fiction designed to control you. Actually, it's an astrology book. You think I'm talking heresy? If Jesus really saves, he would have done it already, but he couldn't save himself. I turned off the president's speech. It's all an illusion anyway. Social media is a government experimental mind control mechanism on your computer and your mobile device. Everything you do is being watched and recorded by your TV. Immigration detention camps are rehearsals for martial law. Global warming is controlled by harp. No, harp is not a musical instrument. It's not the mayor of Elm City either. I don't have time to explain it, but it's not too late to Google it. The housing projects are part of the Rockefeller plan. It was a Yale experiment. So is gentrification. The food at McDeath Burgers, Kentucky Diet, and Ice Lop is fake too, designed to prepare you for Soylent Green. The New World Disorder sitting on your doorstep. When the doorbell rings, don't answer. If you act now, it's not too late to stop it. Trump will skin thin is a fake president. Mumia told me resistance works, but justice still rides in the back of the bus, so where's John Brown when you need him? Remember, struggle will set you free. Don't forget, you never heard any of this from me. This poem is a last warning. It will now self-destruct. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, poof.
Let's play ball. Not yet. Let's play ball. So we have these senators in Washington that think they know what's best for all, acting as the giants in this world, acting as the giants in this world, never truly understanding the common man or woman. I mean, it's an expo of ignorance, but they want us to sit back, allow them to control the narrative over gun control issues and women's rights. Well, that ain't right. Once again, these Yankees don't understand what it's like to be a common man or woman. I mean, we have those who blindly follow the red and the blue parties, never truly seen problems in this country, but it's all good. That's why I don't trust political snakes, especially Diamondbacks. May have been draft dodgers back in the day. Once again, these Yankees don't understand what it's like to be a common man or woman. We're not twins. So please don't think you can dictate what we should do. We're all just metropolitans lost in these city streets. Lost in these city streets, that's where we need a mariner to navigate us through these streets as if it were the open seas so we can avoid being stung by the devil rays and captured by these vicious pirates that think we're marlins and have a nice catch. We have to be brave enough to embrace the elements and even climb the Rockies if necessary. But we are some of the most athletic. That's why they want to lace our Phillies so that we can't defy the astronomical odds of being forgotten. We're monarchs. We got royal blood in our system comes from our ancestors. That's why they want to lock us in the cages like tigers, allowing the cubs to run loose, setting all the rules, even allowing birds to fly free, even if guilty from Orioles, Cardinals, and Blue Jays. Then they think it's okay to steal the land from the Indians, consider themselves guardians, and become nationals of the land they stole. They wear red socks, white socks, red stockings is all the same thing as they send Rangers to round up me and my Padres for having too much fun at the parties hanging with rumors. For those who act as if they're angels are nothing more than devil in disguise, called politicians.
I didn't play hopscotch as a child, never bent my body into balance over pastel promises drawn in chalk. No numbered squares guiding me safely home, no soft landings on laughter. See, my childhood didn't come in colors you could wash away in rain. But my family, oh, they were masters at hopscotch. Not the kind you play, the kind you survive. They could leap clean over conversations that cracked at the foundation, skip right past the tremble in a voice that sounded too much like truth. 1 foot, 2 foot, don't touch that square. That's where schizophrenia lives. Hop, don't linger there. That's bipolar swings that turn love into weather. That's manic nights and depressive mornings. That's silence dressed up like strength. That's we don't talk about that. Hop, they mapped entire sidewalks around what hurt, drew invisible grids between breakdown and breakfast labeled squares. Be strong, pray it away. That's just how they are. Mind your business. And I learned early balance wasn't about joy, it was about avoidance. I wasn't a child playing games. I was an acrobat of denial, tightrope walking bloodlines that refused to look down because looking down meant seeing how far back this pattern goes. My mother fighting wars inside her own mind, learning to quiet pain by carving it into her skin, trying to make the inside make sense on the outside. And me learning early how to read moods like weather reports, how to brace for impact on sunny days, because in this family, in this body, in this blackness, we don't always get the luxury of falling apart out loud. So I learned how to fracture quietly, how to tuck breakdowns behind Sunday morning smiles, how to call survival strength even when it was just unprocessed pain with good posture. And if you stopped, if both feet ever landed in the wrong square, you had to feel it. And feeling it was the one rule I was never taught how to win. So I got good, real good at pretending the cracks in the pavement were just part of the design, at calling dysfunction family tradition, at laughing loud enough to echo over what was breaking quietly inside me. But I never learned how to play their version without losing myself in it. Because somewhere between their leaps and my longing, I started wondering what would happen if I stopped hopping. If I stood still in the square they warned me about, let both feet land heavy on truth, pressed my weight into the places they spent generations avoiding. What if I picked up the chalk, not to redraw their game, but to name the squares for what they really are? Grief, trauma, unsaid apologies, inherited silence. What if healing isn't about making it across the board, but about breaking the chalk mid-game, dusting off hands that were taught to carry everything but truth, and saying, this stops here. No more hopping over my own hurt to make everybody else comfortable. No more balancing on 1 foot just to prove I'm strong enough to survive what broke me. Because I am not my family's unfinished business. I am the reckoning, the square they skipped, the truth they couldn't hold, and the first one brave enough to put both feet down and stay there. See, they may have taught me how to hop, but I will be the one to end the game and walk away.
Over Mario Kart and cigarettes, we traded foxhole resolutions. 1 month, 2 relapses, and 1 4 a.m. FaceTime after. You painted those Holiday Inn sheets, reeking of acetone and Everclear, while I lay in my childhood bed, while my parents lay fast asleep, while your blood refused to clot, while I was too smoked out to talk to the police, while even the man in the goddamn box couldn't find you. My speed dial has 1 number fewer now. I still play Mario Kart. Like father, like at his right, sits my sister's only brother. And my lover agrees, though she feels safer when I call her pretty girl than I do when my father calls me son. Like father, like pariah. It's not a lie to call me Adam. What I am just might need more than dust and ribs. Like father, like where the sidewalk ends. I still haven't come out to some of my closest childhood friends. When I told my abuelita how I also like my men, she said, Mijo, I never knew you struggled with that. And she's left leaning. Like father, like one of the guys. If I saw a gay guy, I'd probably shoot him too. Would they grieve me? I adopted my middle name because it's what my mother would have called me were I born a little prettier. Like father, like Jackson. Like Jackson, like Riley. It's 3:19. I'm idling. I'm biding on the line to ring, in line for what the night might bring. This quiet life is binding me. I need something exciting to escape from the propriety. It's 3:19 and I can't sleep and I can't see and I can't speak and I can't breathe and I can't read. The room is ensconcing me. It's 3:19 and I just want to scream. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to believe. I don't want a reprieve. I just want to be free. I don't like this body. I don't want to be me. It's 3:19. I'm listless, feeling pent, and that's the linchpin. I need 60 forehead kisses from the misses that I miss, and my resentment's getting senseless. I need something right this instant, because taking somatic census, I think this might be the end, since my blood's rushing to my limbs. It's 3:20 when she texts me, and my heart returns to resting. Call me overly invested, but I can't text right back lest she gets the sense I'm somehow less than, and then deems me just a pest and leaves me half dressed, half digested, a right codependent mess. And if this test is what I'm blessed with, I just want to do my best to not end up fully divested of her lips, her neck, her breasts, and all the rest. And I'm a wreck and regretful and hardly sober, but so what? There is no other like her frame I will not cover. Like her flame I will not smother. Like her gaze I will not color. I won't forsake her for another, 'cause brother, I think I love her. I don't have any rhymes for that.
In the early stages of dementia, some individuals have confusion and sleeplessness in the late evening hours. This is referred to as sundowning. It is not to be confused with a sundown town where the Black folks were advised to leave town before the late evening hours, lest they be met with violence. Sundowners began to forget the little things. Oh, where are my keys? Oh, what day is it? Who are you? But they remember niggas ain't supposed to be there at night. Mima can't hold on to her bowels, but holds on to her hatred like a Bible, like the toe tag she's so destined to wear. That boy in the corner there, he keep whistling at me. She remembers the lie, but not why she told it. Left the truth in the Tallahatchie with the body and only one resurfaced. Mima sees the ghost of her racist past. That boy there, his sisters had the nicest dresses, so I made sure they had a funeral to wear them to. When I die, bury me in the most beautiful dress. Casket sharp enough to break the silence. Let my repast be a picnic. I like my dark meat with a char. Don't worry. Mima is sundowning again. She can't sleep because she sees all the niggas she wrongs when she closes her eyes, and suddenly, the nursing home becomes a sundown town where the sundowners can't remember their own kids, but won't forget the babies cut from hanging bodies before their eyes. I said, don't you let that lady touch me. I needs me a white doctor. None of this DEI running round. Fuck it. Mima's about to DIE. She is afraid the staff will seek revenge for their ancestors. It's funny how there's always a deathbed confession, but no apology. It's as if the racists come out at night, daydreaming of days past, and somewhere around 8 p.m. This poem begins sundowning, remembering all the things America wants us to forget, like a sundown country who brought Black folk here to work in the summer sun, but don't expect them to still be there when the sun goes down, and somehow it always forgets who it is, but doesn't forget its racism. And I'm supposed to have a sunny disposition, my own form of dementia, When your Mima forgets my name and calls me nigger instead. She's waging war and these wages don't pay me enough to keep the sun from setting. So whether the sundown is a town or a person, just know we held on as long as we could, but we refused to let the sun beat us home.
She is the ghost of a former goddess, poetry princess, the giver of oceans and smiles, beautiful bangs and big sad eyes. Took a pill, too many pills, of so many types, the water brackish, corrosive around her ankles, the imprint of a gun barrel between her worry lines, like a henna marker, cherry plum circle of her dowry, gone dry, mist ascending, the virgin no longer. There was so much to give to so many. Legs open, arms open, a mind spewing the words which mesmerize, entice, excite. Whom do they excite? The swirling whirls of masculinity, the stoic pillars, pillared type of matriarchy, and still she coos into your ear late at night, the ticking of the keys, fingernails upon each of your vertebrae, tapping out the braille meme for failure, your skin aroused, your whiskers bristling. She leaves a smell of must and rot, almonds and roses. Winter's coming, and all she can imagine is the young turtles dying. She wears a shawl and nothing else. In this year, which is worsening, maybe she dons an abandoned shell, or maybe she chooses to go bare, barren, no longer giving, wearing nothing at all.
Revelation radiant in revealing its rhythm. Yet the record on repeat reveals no revival. Current representation robs us of rest due to the residency of a renegade who resides like royalty, reigning recklessness within their range. Wreaking retribution like recompense of a tax return, repeatedly repealing the right of the righteous that rightfully rage against his reckless rampage, showing no remorse in history being rewritten revisions, reminding us on a regular who rules with no repercussions, robbing resources like rivers running, flowing in the aisle, resisting the reckoning of the release of the files, repeat a request of rescue read as refusals, rightful citizens revered as refugees with no reference to requisitions owed. No reparations to recover in the rape and robbery of those that were rented. No responsibility of respect of how this country is represented. I reflect on the rough road of the freedom riders, how they may be rolling in their resting places, remembering riots and other past rebellions like the Underground Railroad. Rest feels like Russian roulette. So a reawakening of a revolution may be what's needed, like reveille.
For years I have dried the tears of many birds, not just pigeons. I've a spiritual bond with nature's aviators. They understand me, and I understand them. It's people I can't understand. Humanity has bits too much more off than it can chew from Mother Nature's eternally sacrificing and giving hands. It hurts me to see the way people hurt each other, the way hurt people, the way we all hurt. It is a shame how the rest of the plant suffers because of so much hurt. Humanity needs to learn and apply the lessons of turning negatives into positives, as opposed to combating negatives with negatives, but I digress. As I flew towards the sun, it felt as if I was chasing the horizon forever. Arnold, life is so much different when your head is in the clouds. Everything feels so much smaller. You, me, the troubles we face, the world, and everything in it. Despite of all the things I've seen, the places I've been to, the birds I have befriended, I haven't been able to meet another Arnold. Your kindness is a mighty flame that brings warmth and light to anyone who comes close enough. Empathy is an ability that is becoming lost in time, and my time is coming to an end. Arnold, don't be sad, for I am just a man whose head is in the clouds. But you have time on your side to be the link that binds human and bird together. Never give up, trust your instincts, and reach for the sky. I miss you. Warm regards, Vincent. P.S. Always wash your berries before eating them and fly towards the sun.
We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed for every jeer, sneer, finger pointed, eye roll, snicker, and child's eyes covered. Every look of pity meant to pierce us and the side eyes meant to shame us, we are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed for every fist and kick meant to bruise, for every syllable meant to do the same. For every time some body used theirs to challenge our right to exist freely and fully in our vessel, we are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed for every pronoun and name spat with violent intent, for the times they weren't that still caused spill, for every space that extended invitation but wasn't ready to receive, for every lover held through hell who didn't bear witness to our grief, for every doctor and therapist who made a second guess seeking support, for every time we were forced to shrink our vessel's voice for peace of mind over speaking our mind, we are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed for every QT BIPOC space that had more letters than melanin. For every protest that forgot Black lives includes trans siblings. For every rite of passage in sacred space we were missing from because we were told we were not who we were born to be, we are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed for every time we were told who we were. Every time that we were told we were too sad, too playful, too angry, too joyful, too quiet, too soft, too hard, too loud, too black, too dark, too masked, too femme, too self-possessed, too Western, too Kenyan, too fluid, too pretty, too ugly, too alive, too ugly, or too alive, too dead, too in between, too beyond, too out of touch. Every time that we were told we were too much, when come to find out everyone and everything has never been enough, we are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. There are nights that all I want to do is collapse between my mother's knees, to have her rake my weary scalp with the perfect pressure that only her fingertips seem to know. I want her lap to still be a place I go to detangle my growth and find comfort for and in my roots. I dream of how we'd start this once taken for granted intimacy, how we'd catch up on life since the last time I sat between her knees. I'd tell her how the world was cruel when I left and was pushed out at 16, how it swallowed me whole and just spit back the bones for burial and resurrection. As I knelt before the tub, her bent over me to wash and rinse, I'd come clean about my sadness. I'd cry and sob and wail until I'd outspilt the spout. I would unflood until she finally understood that crying was never my weakness, that it's always been my superpower. Each tear a cape hanging from my eyelashes, saving me from my own two hands and this heavy heart. And as she dried my hair and neatly sectioned my scalp, I'd come clean about what's kept us apart. How I didn't always pick up the phone because she'd ask how I was, and honesty in that moment meant honesty about so many moments that she missed, and neither of us were ready. Knowing my tender head, she'd start and say, "Tell me when it hurts." Knowing my tender heart, I'd start by saying, I couldn't tell you then about the hurt, but now I'm ready. Mom, Mami, Ma Dukes. I wish I knew who and how you had to unbecome so I could understand the woman that you are. I want to tell you about the daughter I thought I had to be and the selves I've chosen instead. I want to stop hiding my humanity from you the same way you hid yours from me, but sometimes I really am my mother's kid. I do not want every inheritance this brings. I do not wish to inherit your secrecy the same way I did your full tooth smile, and unlike our smile, the inheritance of secrets is one I can and do refuse. I'm here to tell you of all the ways and times that I unbecame, how I now answer to once denied names. I want to introduce you to all of the selves that I am birthing and unburying, some who are literally dying to be held by you, dying to have you listen and hear them when they say, it took so much to forgive you for not understanding I was ready to live and ready to die. For not believing me when I said my slow suicide had sped up and caught me by the throat. That sometimes I still think about dying, and when I do, I remember that the one who gave this vessel life called the first time I was brave enough to say I wanted to die a lie, and that killed a part of me that I cannot lay to rest alone. That I am my own dead weight until you help me bury the hatchet you once stuck in my vessel's bones. And when it was all said and done, as she used a flame to finish off my braids, I'd spark the stove and invite her to remix another old ritual of ours into a newfound relevance. This time, instead of me brewing chai for her to drink alone like I did when I was small, moving forward, we would sit together, cups in hand, sipping and spilling all of the tea. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed spaces to exist without explanation, community without loosening its definition, sanctuaries to honor our survival and unlearn what we no longer need. We are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed both house and home. Family trees whose trunks don't demand we shrink our blossoms back to seed. A chance to become elders and the space we never got to have with ours. We are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed ripe mangoes from Waito's farm, endless Java-sized samosas made by Auntie Monica, fresh passion fruit juice paired with a lifetime supply of Mama Delaney's mandazis, so many key lime pies it makes Florida jealous, and enough Pringles that the fun one day indeed does stop. We are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed back rubs and chiropractor visits, head scratches and foot massages, new kneecaps every hot girl summer, and safe dance floors to test them out on. We are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed compliments without hidden agendas. Flowers just because we're blooming. Candlelight dinners Tuesdays through Mondays. Sunflowers with seeds the size of our face. Abundance not reliant on GMOs or other starvation. A world not falling beneath grief and exploitation. We are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed a universe of care and joy. We are owed twice as many blunts as we've ever rolled. We are owed 3 times as many harvests as we've ever sown. We're owed 4 times as many letters as ones that we've sent. 5 times as many lovers as ones that we've left. 6 times as many meals as ones that we've made. 7 times as many miracles as times that we've prayed. 8 times as many laughs as tears that we've cried. 9 times as many selves who get to unbecome as selves who's almost died. We are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed, we are owed, we are owed. We are owed all of this, tenfold. And we now know that even when we get our name due, we will still be owed some more, because we are owed. We are owed, 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 we are owed. And we have come to collect. Thank you.